Hey guys, it's Zangus Aquatics here, and welcome back to another video. Today, we are going to be going over every single fish tank that we have in our house, and we are also going to be setting up a CO2 tank, a CO2 canister for the tank, right back there, on the side there. So, watch till the end of the video to see how to set that up. There will be a full tutorial on how to do that, and leave a like, subscribe, and comment down what your favorite food is for today. First tank we're going to cover is our 30-gallon beta sorority planted tank. Now this is one of our newer tanks, and we got it about a few weeks ago, and they're actually doing really well in here, and it's about feeding time, so let's just go ahead and feed them. Accompanying this tank on this shelf is our little shrimp temporary tank, as we are setting up a new 55-gallon tank right now. It's being cycled, but for now this is housing some beautiful Neocaridina shrimp. You can kind of see them through the plants. This is also acting as a garden for the aquatic plants that we're growing, and I have a bubbler and a small little in-water filter there. This light is on pretty much 24/7 except for at night, so, and the algae really isn't that big of a problem, so the shrimp are doing a pretty good job keeping it down. Next up, we have the 40-gallon angelfish and gourami tank. In this tank, we have two just normal angelfish, as well as a what I believe to be a honey gourami, but I may be wrong. So if you do know what type of gourami that is, comment that down below. In this tank, there are two angelfish, a gourami, 3 Buenos Aires tetras, as well as a rainbow shark and a spotted pictus. This is the tank with some of the larger fish that we own, and most of the fish in this tank are fairly aggressive as well as larger than the others. This tank is also mainly filled with artificial decor, which is not the best, but my mom prefers artificial decor, so that's what we went with. Finally, we have the tetra tank, which is where most of our tetras and little fish are staying. In here we have some black skirted, some white skirted tetras, some glow tetras, which are the same species as the skirted tetras, as well as a few neon tetras, a few ember tetras, as well as guppies, and I think we have a single X-ray tetra and a smaller spotted pictus in here. This tank has been up and running the longest out of all of them, and it's been consistently doing very well, and yeah, it's been doing great. It's kind of loud in here, but this is our 55-gallon tank that is being cycled right now. I put some of those Java fern in there to help with the cycling process, and it's going pretty well. We're about 2 weeks in now, and the water is pretty close to good. It's pretty close to being cycled. So we're gonna probably change the water a bit and then start putting in some fish, hopefully. Alright guys, now we're back in the office, and this is the CO2 tank that we are going to be using. It's pretty heavy, and the previous owner said he had no problems with it. We just had to order some new parts, and it works by combining citric acid and baking soda to form carbon dioxide. Alright guys, now we're gonna get into the tutorial for how to set up a CO2 cylinder generator. Now for this, you're going to need a few things. You need the actual CO2 generator. You're gonna need baking soda. The amount varies with which model you get. They have different amounts of reactants. For this one, I'm gonna need 900 grams of baking soda and 810 grams of premium citric acid with no additives or dyes, nothing like that. It's just pure citric acid. And then you're also gonna want a weighting thingy, and then something to hold the stuff in. You're also gonna want to have a funnel to pour the stuff in. Otherwise, it might get stuck around the corkscrew part of the funnel of the opening, and that will make it harder to open the next time you have to open it. You're also going to want some airline tubing, which I have right here, as well as the diffuser. This is what's going to actually diffuse the oxygen into not the oxygen, the CO2 into the water, as well as the parts that come with it. Some people find it more convenient to use a bubble counter that goes on top of the output area, but I find it's unnecessary for my needs. If you do want to purchase that, I believe it's like $30 on Amazon, $30 US on Amazon. So, but I'm not going to be using it in this tutorial. And yeah, that's everything we need. My bowl isn't very large. I'm just gonna start pouring in what I have right now. Right now I have, it says 451 grams. So I'm gonna keep that in mind. I need 449 more grams. Now to open this, all you need to do is you need to just unscrew this. And it'll pop right out. This part, if you bought this new, it should have come with the kits, but and you have to attach it by yourself. But since we bought it secondhand, it's already attached. It's pretty simple to attach. You just screw it onto the bottom of that piece. Now, I'm gonna set this down. Just start pouring this in. My funnel might. Now, this is the last step, and what you want to do is you want to have cylinder tilted on its side. This will stop the reaction from taking place too fast and overflowing. And then I'm just going to add my water. Preferably you would be adding cold water, since that would slow down the reaction and give you enough time to put the cap on. Hold on. Alright, here we go. Second bottle. Last bottle. There we go, 1200 milliliters. Screw the cap on. Alright, there we go. Alright guys, it's the next day and everything is ready. Alright guys, what you gonna do next is let the CO2 run for 3 seconds and then attach airline tubing to it. I already did that because I already did that off camera. And then you want this part to be attached in between 2 pieces of airline tubing. So I have done that here with a smaller piece there. And then next you're gonna want to take your CO2 diffuser and find a good position for it in your fish tank. So I'm gonna go do that. Alright, so I have it attached here. Now, what I'm gonna do next is just measure out the correct amount of tubing that I need. I'm gonna leave some extra as well just for safety. Yeah, I think that's a good amount. And then you're gonna cut it. I'm gonna just cut it right here. Alright, that's good. And now you're gonna attach it to the diffuser. Just by slipping it on there. Alright guys, I've got it attached. Just wedged it on there a little bit. And then now we're just gonna wanna put it back in the tank. Alright, there we go. So now it should be working. All we have to do now is just turn on the actual tank. The last step you're gonna wanna do is just to actually turn on the thing. So what you're gonna wanna do is open up this valve. Just a tiny bit, enough so that CO2 starts going through. And then as you can see, on the top here, it's diffusing CO2. So this will really help brighten up your plants, give them more nutrients and more growth overall. Alright, that's it for this video.